Hello, my name is Mike Morales, Director of Business Development with LendSuite Software. What we are doing today is we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic, one that comes up a lot in our normal discussions. The CSO CAB model in Texas is very popular, and it's been around for a while. And we are lucky to have a lot of very good customers that currently use our platform that also leverage that model. So with our expertise and our knowledge of that space, we're excited to be able to bring you this episode. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk with an industry expert in Texas. And then we're going to discuss the different things that you need to do in order to be a successful lender down in Texas. So no better way to kick it off right now is to bring in the industry expert. Yeah, I'm honored today to have Michael Brown, the president of TOFSC, joining us today. He is in Texas and he's a Texas expert. Michael, thank you for joining us today.
Very glad to be here. Glad to join you. I've seen some of these before, and so feel very privileged to be part of the ever-growing array of knowledgeable webinars that you're providing to a lot of your friends and customers. So glad to be here.
Well, thank you, sir. So let's dive right in. I get a lot of questions. What is the CSO CAB model?
So, it's a unique model. No one else in the United States is doing it. So you basically, as a CSO CAB in Texas, operate as a broker on the loans, and you're referred to as a third-party lender who funds the loans. And you have a relationship with that third-party lender where you are, in essence, a broker that is guaranteeing the loans that are issued by this arm's length entity that's called the third-party lender. So that's the funky little structure in Texas that's been around since 2006 in a couple of different ways. Originally formed from a loophole around a credit repair statute in the state of Texas that a gentleman figured out a long time ago. And so since 2006, that's been where most of the so-called payday industry has been living, in this Texas CSO CAB third-party lender model.
So is it difficult to obtain these licenses?
So on the CSO, super easy. It's $100. You do a registration, no background involved. On a CAB, you do need to get a credit access business license from the Office of Consumer Credit Commissioner. They call it the OCCC. Not very complicated either, just does require some paperwork, some filings done through their online portal, background checks, fingerprints. It's $1,000 for a location. Not all that hard. There's some people like myself that can help get through that licensing process. So long as you've got all your documents done proper and all your ducks in a row there, it typically can be approved within 45 to 60 days.
Oh, okay, good. Well, as a lender looking at this model, can I make money? Is there a possibility it's going to be profitable for me as a lender?
Well, I happen to think so. One of the big perks of getting over that hump of this weird model that Texas lives in is the rates are uncapped. So you don't have any limits on what you can charge. You've got several varieties of loan products that you can offer to go along with that no limit of fees chargeable. So you can do an interest and fees balloon that goes as long as 180 days. All loans are capped at 180 days, I will say that. You can do single payment cash advance payday loans, single payment title loan, bi-weekly paying title loans, monthly paying title loans. So there's a lot of varieties there. Single payment was traditionally more common, but over the last 5-6 years, installment has definitely taken over. And you see kind of really a wide variety of different installment products, from, again, balloon, where it's interest and fees only, where you pay off at that last payment, or fully amortized. And I think you are seeing a lot of the more fully amortized products from a lot of the fintechs, as they're called, or out-of-state lenders that are bigger across the United States, kind of at lower APRs, but they are dominating and taking a lot of market share, which is skewing that installment even more but we do see some with some varying models on partial amortization, where just some principal is included in each payment.
Okay.
Maybe a 18-month amortization, something like that, where it would pay them off in full after, a couple of refinances and they go 18 months, for example. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. And what obviously makes that attractive for a lot of people, if they're coming from other states as well, if we can get over the hump on that third-party lender, we've got, let the market decide. We can get competitive and attractive. We can, go at the rates that the online folks are at 33 on 100, or maybe stick a little closer to where the average state fees are on a 25 on 100. We're talking cash advance. So a lot of freedom there to get after it. So, the state of Texas has 31 million people. I was checking the stats earlier. 21 million of them are 18 and over. Oh, and wow. From what some of the statistics I looked at the OCCC reports that are available online, if you ever want to find those, just reach out to me and I'll show you how. About 5 or 6% of that 21 million appear to use a CAB, CSO CAB services during the year. So I guess you sort of answered my next question. I know there's a lot of lenders there. You mentioned some big ones. Is there room for more competition to come in? Definitely. They continue to come in. I think, just a little backstory. So going back to 2013, I think is when the tides sort of started to change. There was 3,600 licensed locations in the state of Texas. Now it's down to around like 1,400. A couple of things happened there. One, there was a movement for cities to pass ordinances regulating the businesses, primarily and only brick-and-mortar stores. So the terms, obviously, as you might assume, that they put in place with ordinances were not very attractive. So what people did, a lot of stores closed, a lot of stores moved to non-ordinance areas, or what do you have coming along? The internet. So internet is not impacted by a city ordinance. Any internet transaction can be from, say, if it's from an operator in Kansas that's licensed in Texas, or it's an operator in California that's licensed in Texas. So a lot of these out-of-state online fintech style operators, as cell phone usage evolved, as storefronts decreased, it led to a decrease in individual locations, which doesn't necessarily mean that less volume was done. As a matter of fact, just looking at some of the stats I'd pulled, it's been roughly flat to slightly down over the last 4 years. So you've had a decrease in the number of storefronts, probably an increase in the number of online operators, but the number of consumers, just going back to, 2023, there was somewhere around 1.3 million consumers, I think, that were using the CAB products. I think competition-wise, it's less in the retail segment and more about what you can do to compete in the online space. Okay. So a lot of the folks that are already online may not consider that too much of a challenge if they're already doing online, so long as they just want to get over the challenges of the third-party lender setup. Okay. Well, I mean, that was more information than I thought, Michael. That was a great job. Again, I appreciate you jumping in and giving us some insight, and we'll have your contact information at the end. So I'd like to thank Michael Brown for joining us. I thought the information that he gave was very informative and really should help you out if you're looking to lend in the state of Texas. We learned a few important things. One, you need a CSO license and a CAB license. I didn't know you needed both. Also, you need a third-party Texas lender. The good news is, as you heard from Michael, he has the connections that can get them to you. Also, the same thing with us. We have a lot of relationships that we have, sort of, with Michael Brown to really help you launch that portfolio in Texas. The one thing that we really need to dive into that we can also assist you with to create that complete bundle is the technology side. So if you're looking to launch an online Texas portfolio, having a website is key.
With both Infinity and Epic, we provide the website. So you don't have to worry about going out hiring a developer or figuring out exactly what you want. We have some really nice websites that are used by a lot of lenders that are ready to go. Now, when you're dealing with CSO and CAB, you're dealing with the state of Texas, the OCC. It is important that you have the proper reporting. The good news is both our loan management systems are fully integrated into the third-party lender, the CSO, and the state of Texas. So therefore, you can worry about lending to the right customer. Now, when you're looking to launch this model, there's a lot of risk, but at the same time, you need the right partner. I think LendSuite is the right partner. We've dealt with probably over 75 different CSO lenders in the state of Texas, so we have a lot of experience. So if you're looking to learn more about Texas, give me a call, give my team a call, or give Michael Brown a call. We'll be here to help and guide you through this process. Thank you. And again, my name is Michael Morales, Director of Business Development at LendSuite Software, and we're here to help.